in this lesson, we will be learning what is the business value of DevOps. So you are going to be DevOps certified, and after that, what are you going to do for business? So what is actually business value of DevOps? So there are mainly 7 business reasons of DevOps which helps us to improve the IT to an overall next level. What are those? The first one is obviously improved speed to the market. So we would have seen in the previous goals of DevOps, like one of the main goal of DevOps is like improved speed to the market. And how are you going to do it? You would obviously be following a lot of process, and you will be bringing in the people plus tools to help you to deliver a much faster value. So if you do all these things, and if the business and the dev and the operations team are working together, the value will be reaching to the client much faster, and that is improved speed to the market. And the next one is continuous integration and delivery. So what do you mean by continuous integration and delivery? We will be seeing a lot about it in our future modules, but I will be giving you a brief introduction of what is continuous integration and continuous delivery. So what is continuous integration? If a developer is actually writing their code, and if they are checking in the code into a repository, so based on that, if you are using any tool such as Jenkins or Bamboo or Azure DevOps or any other CI tool, automatically the build has to start, and it should compile their code, and it should actually give you an output which is called as an artifact. So the artifact can be of a zip file or a war file or a tar file, and you will be obviously storing that artifact into any of the artifactory repository for a future uses. So this process is called as in continuous integration. If developer is actually working on their code, and if multiple people are checking in, so multiple times the continuous integration will happen, and multiple times you will be getting an output. So this process is called as continuous integration. And what is continuous delivery? The continuous delivery is nothing but the next level. You will be saving that artifacts, and from that artifacts it will be deployed to a particular web server or an application server depending upon your application. So this whole process of people checking in their code and automatically having a build compilation and automatically saving their outputs on an artifactory and then deploying the code into an application server or a web server. So this full process is called as your CI/CD. The next, if you follow all these things, you would be having a higher quality of code, you would be facing fewer failures, and you will be having a higher stability. Also, while designing an DevOps architecture, you should always keep in mind, like you should be following a load balancing, you should be following a fault tolerance architecture. So these can be achieved if you are moving towards a cloud rather than on an on-premises environment. And obviously you should have a lot of innovation and creativity. Why is that? Because if you are going to automate something that has been manual for a lot amount of years, then you should have an innovative or a creativity knowledge. You should think first, like, okay, how can I automate this? If I'm going to copy a file and paste it in a particular folder, and I'm doing it manually for 20 years till now, you should think like, okay, how can I automate it? Can it be done via any scripting, or do I have any other tools to do it? So that is called as innovation or creativity. And obviously when you have your innovation and creativity, you will like your job more than anything else, and you will get more job satisfactions. You would heard a lot of people talking like, okay, I'm getting bored of my job because I'm just doing a regular thing for last 10 years 15 years, and I'm getting irritated out of it. Instead of that, if you're trying to do something new on your current job, and if you like your job, obviously your employee satisfaction will also get increased. So next is breaking down the silos and eliminating waste. What does that mean? Here there are two different concepts, which is silos and eliminating waste. So breaking down silos is nothing but a wall of confusion. So you would be seeing a lot about this in the future modules, but generally there will be a lot of wall of confusion between the business, between the development and the operations, because the development team will not understand what is the requirements given from the business side, and once after the code is developed, the operations team will not even know what is the code, and they will be deploying it into a respective servers. And if the build is getting failed, or if your deployment is getting failed, operations team will tell like it is a development issue, whereas development team will tell like, okay, no, it is working fine on my machine, it's an operational issue. So these are all called as breaking down silos. And eliminating waste is nothing but it's a lean methodology. We will be seeing it on our upcoming slides. But to give you a brief introduction, what is eliminating waste is nothing but which are all is unnecessary for you to deliver the value to the customer is called as an eliminating waste. Consider, for example, you have a lot of unwanted softwares on your system that is actually slowing down your system and taking a huge amount of RAM and memory. Then uninstall all those softwares. That is a waste. And if you are trying to have more amount of people which is not needed, and whereas other team members are actually requiring more people, then that is waste, because you can even give your amount of people to them so that they can also be deliverable and you can also be delivering a value. So these are all just a basic examples we will be seeing a lot during our lean session. And obviously you have to reduce the cost and resources, so this also comes under a lean mechanism. And once after you have all these things, then obviously your company's performance will also be increased, and your profitability will also be increased, and your market share will be increased, and your people will be more productive because you are following all the DevOps process and you are using an automation. You are actually having fewer failures, you are having an higher stability, and you are having an higher velocity, and obviously your IT company's performance will be increased. So these are all the main advantages if you are going to learn DevOps, and if you are going to implement DevOps in an organization. This will help you to achieve a higher business value. Do you think this is how it is, or do you think how it is should be? So imagine where a business people and the development people and the operations people are working together. Then that is called as your IT industry. Then obviously your speed and the quality and the stability of a software will be awesome. And who are all following DevOps? You would have seen all the giants who are all following the DevOps over here: Amazon, Netflix, Bank of America, Disney, Travelers, Apple, Target, Macy's, all these people, and around hundreds and hundreds of companies and MNCs in the Fortune 500 people are actually following DevOps. If those are all the guys who are able to achieve a lot of business value, lot of productivity, lot of stability and performance, why can't you be? So let we all be a game changer. So let us learn more about DevOps in our coming slides. Thank
So, guys, this was our expert from Team K21 Academy. And if in case you missed upon anything, or if you want to have a deeper dive in DevOps, then we have something really special for you. We have our free class on DevOps for beginners: what, why, and how to get higher paid jobs. All you have to do is just log on to k21academy.com/DevOps02. Moving ahead, you'll be seeing this kind of interface. Just click on book your free seat now. Select your event date, add your name, your email address, your phone number, and click yes, save my seat. Moving ahead, you'll be seeing this kind of URL. Save that URL, add it to your calendars, and I'll see you in the free class. Till then, keep learning.